Welcome to the Bulls Radar Club. We are week number 29 of 2019. You're about to meet Joe Pitts. He is a quantitative trader, researcher, engineer, and developer, and he makes his money trading. Yeah! You're going to see his magic on tradingview.com. Enjoy.
Pretty much the way it works is and what market were you on? You were on Bitcoin?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. So, like first is that what we do is remove all the indicators, so you can really see how we transform the chart. So this is basically in here a regular Bitcoin chart, which kind of looks like a little bit of a squiggly line, and then through this trading view, this program, we create these templates. So we apply the template, and then this is the actual program. Now, what this program does is provide clues, and it finds trends. The way it finds trends is by doing like these mathematical equations. And when the condition is met for it to be trending, then the system shows a number 1. Now, this number 1 is representing the beginning of the new cycle. So in this example, right here, right above the blue, I'm highlighting the 1, which is the actual signal. And this is where it's at on the chart. So what happens is that this program allows you to set alerts. So these alerts go to your phone. So when you first get the program, the first thing you do is you set your alerts on your favorite points. So we right click on the instrument and we just click create. So within seconds, now the alert is set, and the next time this signal, the alert populates for a possible buy condition, we'll get alerted in here to our phone. Now, once we're in the market, all right, now we have to set our exit alert so that we know when to get out. Now, the exit alert are these little yellow dots that you see on the market price. So basically, we're coming in at the number 1, and then we're having these potential options of where to get out at, which is shown in the orange. To set the alert for the exit, we right click, create, exit. So within seconds, we just set the entry alert so we don't miss the trade, and the exit alert so that we know where to get out. Now, when you take a look on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice in here these yellow levels, such as right here. The right-hand side, we're going to highlight them. So once we're in the market and we're trading, we're like, okay, well, where do I get out at this? So what we've done is we created these real-time levels. Like this thing updates in real time and dynamically adjusts to the market. So once we're positioned with the trade, now we set our exit alert, and then now these are the potential targets that we can get out at, potential stop loss so we don't lose any more than we want to risk. And at this point, we're in the position. The market is trending. So you get all 3 of these tools. We have a book that we've written in here that explains them a little bit more. And then inside this trading view, what's really great about this is you can create a watch list, like you see over here on the right-hand side. Now this watch list is all your favorite coins. So even though the Bitcoin, this signal that we had over here in March, when the Bitcoin finally started to turn up, was down here at like 5,000. So this signal right here was like up over 100% actually, and caught this whole move the last few months. So the Bitcoin is a little bit on its way. We can always look for another market that could be potentially setting up. which is this, we're on Binance Coin, which you have a limited time to trade with them coming up. And the Ethereum had a really good trade, and this is also pulling back. So, once you go down here, you can set up to like 100 alerts with this trading view. And on the right hand side, you'll notice in here like a little clock. When you highlight this, it says alerts, and then this shows you all the alerts that you have placed. Now, what's really cool is that if you notice in here, some of these alerts are green, which are active, and some of them are orange, which is not active. So once your alert triggers, you have to reset them again, which is really cool. This all happens within seconds. Restart all inactive alerts. Yes, and it's done. Now, all this technology is cloud-based technology. So what it means is that you can log, once you set your alerts and everything is set, you can log out of this, you can turn it off. You don't have to worry about staying logged in. When the condition is met, the alert will automatically trigger, come to your phone, And over here in the watch list, right now we're working more with Coinbase. So what is really cool is you can create a new watch list. And all this is done within seconds, which before it never used to be like that. It'll take time in here to get set up. Now what I'm doing here is you actually can choose your exchange. Right down here to Coinbase, and then this will automatically bring on all the symbols in, and Ethereum, the Litecoin. This is right here a daily chart. Now on here on this trading view, you're able to change the different time frames on your chart. So a daily chart is going to give you something in there like the perspective over the next 3 or 4 months, right? If we have something in here which is like a 4-hour chart, this is going to give us the perspective over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We like to use in here like the 4-hour charts. On this example right here, what's good is that when the market turns and she starts to trend, you're using the tool in a way where you have time on your side. So you're position trading with your trades. Now, this was something in here which was a nice trend in here which came about. And you can see right here, when she turned up, we all had our alerts right here at 90. And it looks in here as if prices peaked up here at 140. And this was a really good solid trend. Now, since the 27th of June, everything has been down. So I have a couple of friends in here that are still in this market, and they missed this opportunity to exit. And they're like, well, hey, what do I do? The price rolls back down again. And, I didn't get out. Well, next time, be a better trader. Be better prepared. Like, the market doesn't care. You still, even with all these tools, you still have to be a responsible trader. And when you have profits, you have to take profits. So they're still on this. They're looking for this next leg up right now, which is on the Litecoin. Everyone thinks we're going to take out 140, 150 on the next leg. So in this case scenario, they're waiting for the new number one, which it looks like to be basing itself out. One of the tools in here we have is the stochastics down here. And the stochastics, this is another tool which gives you clues. So usually before the market turns, you're going to see oversold condition. And a lot of the examples that you see, this is something that's repetitious before the market turns and starts to trend. So you can see how similar this is on the left-hand side to what's taking place over here on the right-hand side. All right, and right now, what we're waiting for is up. Hold on a second, turn it around. Oops. We're waiting for our new potential buy right over here. All right. So for everyone in here that has the program, you know, you definitely want to set your alerts for this one, you know, on the 4 hour, and right here on this next time when she turns, we're waiting, and your alert will trigger, and that's when you buy your coins. So a lot of times, you know, when you go in here, you have to have technology like this to set the alerts, because you know, who's going to be here staring at the screen 24 hours so they don't miss a trade? You know, I mean, we can't be robots. So what's good is utilizing the technology in a way where it's in our favor. You know, we're getting clues, we're gaining an edge. You know, it's like going into the casino, and he has a 52 in the deck, and we know 50 of the cards. It's an edge. And that's what you gain when you get this technology, is that you gain an edge over your competitors, because there's other people that don't have this technology. So just imagine, you know, how clear and transparent things look right here. You can look at this example and say, wow, like all they had to do was just do the right thing here. I don't want to miss this. Versus, you know, someone else that's trading, and this is a zero-sum game, and they might be trading and they have nothing. So this is the same chart that we're looking at, and they're trying to figure out where the market is moving. So it's pretty much night and day. These are like the basics tools when someone comes in and they start off. And this gives you a way in here to acclimate yourself to everything. And we provide the training in here as far as helping you set your alerts, also interpret the tools, how the tools work, creating your basket, your watch list over here, and we really show you how to get the most out of this trading view. And one of the things is they have this thing, it's called a crypto screener, and this thing is pretty cool because, let me show you this. What this does is inside TradingView, they created this rating system right here. So if you don't have, and what you do is you slide this over according to the exchange that you trade with. So what you do is you go here, and we want to go to Coinbase. Now it automatically only shows me the coins in Coinbase. And then right here, they give a rating. So if you're looking for trades in here, like once you get the product to do, you can go right in here to this scanner that's provided here by this trading view. And then right away, you can take a look at what are the top coins, and the template automatically, the technology automatically transform on the chart above. Now some of these coins, obviously, they don't have all the data there. This one here is a good one, all right, and it's on a buy. You could be waiting in here for the next time it turns and setting your alert. And that's kind of like currency. Litecoin pound, it's more currency. Right here, this is looking like this is possibly getting ready to turn. So even though you see it sell over here in the window and you're looking to buy, that's fine, because what you can do is you can set your alert. Right? And then now you just sit back and you wait. And when the condition is applicable, and then this starts to go neutral, because what the scanner does is go buy, neutral, and then sell. So pretty much it's on sell right now. We have the alert set. Chances are when things get favorable to a buy condition, we'll see this change to neutral and then to buy. So, you can utilize this screener inside TradingView to find different other opportunities and coins. And then also once you find something in here that could be potentially moving, well, then you can go research it. And you can see if there's any fundamental news that are coming out on it. And you can utilize it in your favor to win, So this screener always has potential trades that you can do. So when you get started in the morning, you get your coffee, you come over to this, you can look for your coins here. And there's always something, developing. And sometimes, like when you go in here, like times like this, and things are down, that's just preparing for the next opportunity. So you can, if you want to add any of these coins to your watch list, all you do is you can add to the watch list, right click. When it goes over to the right hand side, they also give you these abilities to flag it with a different color. Like you'll notice that the ones that I'm watching are all green. These are the ones that I kind of like, which I'm waiting for, like this one here. Just waiting for. So in this crypto, sometimes when things are trending down, it may be trending down for a period of a week or two, and then you get that opportunity for a reversal. Now it just so happens that right now I'm clicking through here, see if I can find anything potentially new for you guys. Everything is down. And now if you didn't have this program, then you wouldn't have the right expectation. So you usually say, well, why is the market down? I don't understand. You got to understand the market trends. It trends up, it trends down, it cycles. Just because the cycle is down now at this particular time, it doesn't mean that it couldn't turn, and then the trend could be up soon coming. So going through here, and everything is really down. Check my stable coin. This is always a good barometer to which way Bitcoin's going. Okay, so stable coin looks like it just started to turn right here. Right? So this was something in here which came right from oversold. Now, when the market gets down here to these stochastics, it usually doesn't stay down there for that long. So you're going to have probably a 24-hour window to actually get out of the trade. Because oops, hold on a second. The market is fast. Let me just point these out to you because it's repetitious. So here is two opportunities where this touched the stochastics, touched down to the oversold area, and right afterwards we get a reversal. So nobody knows actually how far the market's going to go. We just know that we're going to get potentially reverse off of these levels, and we position ourselves. Sometimes, like this case scenario, the market reverses back, and this is what we use the levels for. our stop loss would be going right over here. And that's usually right where, from where the market rallied from. And then if it goes back to that level, chances are, we're wrong. That's going to happen. Now, some people in there, they like to not trade with stops and give the market room. That's just a risk tolerance level. We try to design these tools in ways so that they're flexible, right, to meet the different demands of each trader may have, whether if you're using a stop loss or if you're not. You could be a position trade or ordering the trades. Okay, so let's get going through here. Looks like everything is down in this world. Let's take a look at the Ripple. And this Ripple is back down to the 30 area, which I have a lot of friends that are in this. Which this market is pretty interesting because it's all the way back down here to these levels where it was down here in May. So there's like this floor for some reason. It doesn't seem like it can get through. So it's going to be interesting on this one when it comes back down to this coming back down to this level, of whether or not this level will hold. Because like as you can see, one, so this is a real significant level here on the Ripple, and I know a lot of people have these, have the Ripple, and I don't know why it didn't really go up this time, but coming down here at this 2930 level is a really, really, really big level. I don't know if this thing's going to hold again here or what have you. But all year, really going back to September of last year, like on these charts, on the bottom of these charts, this actually shows you each month on the bottom. Because not everyone knows how to read a chart. And going back to September of last year, this Ripple has been banging against this 30 mark, 30 mark, 30 mark, 29. So this is one here to keep an eye on. I don't think like it's going to go to zero, but any price below this 30 most likely will hold. And this is another good one to put into your cookie jar, which is on the Ripple. And Susie, is there any other coins you want me to take a look at on here?
Sorry, I had you muted. Okay. DEC. And what do you guys want to look at? I've just been really curious about that Zcash, just because it's on Coinbase and Gemini, and also Binance. So it just seems like it's one of those top 5, but are not so much in like the top 5 market cap coins. So I've just always been curious as to why did the Twinkle twins put that one on with Gemini when they had 2,000 other ones to look at?
Yeah, this well, I mean, a lot of these markets, they're just under pressure right now. It looks like in here on this Zcash, this is the right symbol? Yeah, ZRX.
Yeah. Well,
it looks like it's back down here testing the floor. That's what they call it, floor, which is back at these lows back from March. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not this actually holds down here. Now, what's good is we have the stochastics on the bottom, which are getting close to oversold.
Right.
But she hasn't turned yet. So, I mean, right now the trend is still down, but it's not, we don't actually have a signal right now from there. It's actually down. The trend is down at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's the value of these tools, because like if you didn't have these tools, you wouldn't be able to set the right expectation for the trade. And it's always good to, before you place a trade, to always look at like, well, how long should I be in this trade? When am I looking for this trade to reach its objective? These are just different questions that it's always good to try to plan ahead, so that if you do get in a trade and the market doesn't move in your favor, you're not disappointed. You're saying, hey, I had an expectation for this to happen, and it needs more time to develop. So nothing is really unexpected as far as like when you're positioning and looking for opportunities for trades.
Yeah, this is so helpful just to know. It's really helped me kind of decide, or am I going to stay in something or I'm not. And sometimes when I would want to call somebody, be like, oh my God, what do? I just pull this stuff up. Now, one of the things, Joe, would be helpful to kind of go through the different time frames of these charts, like a 1 hour, a 3, yeah. And my chart doesn't have the 1 hour next to the 4 hour. Why does yours have that? Like, how it says like Binance Coin BTC and then it says 1H and then 4H?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh.
Why do you have that extra 1H?
Well, I mean, that just might be just how the browser looks, like I'm on. Yeah, I mean, it'll change it no matter what it appears there. It also shows you on the chart what it is. So like when you see 4H, right next to that, if you look at the chart, you'll see 240 minute, which that represents 4 hours. They give you everything starting from 1 minute. Now, 1 minute chart obviously is a really fast chart. It just looked kind of like a little bit too fast for me, but some people it works well. Now, these tools, you can use them on any time frame. We suggest on the 1 hour and higher time frame, just basically in here, because when you have a 1 hour trend, you're looking for a trend for the next 48 hours to be in the market. And if you're looking for something shorter than that, such as the next hour in the market, well, then you would go lower to, like, let's say a 15 minute. Now, the 15 minute, this is going to give you a faster price action. Now, if you look at the chart on the left-hand side, on the bottom of the chart, and I'll put the arrow here. Okay, basically that's showing you the time. So this particular trade, when we got the first buy here, the time was down here at 15:45. All right, and we look from here for the trend. The market, the program shows that it's trending when you see the green. Now this green can be used a couple different ways. That right there is just as a line. We also have a histo, which is a little bit more visual. Okay, and when the tool actually turned to blue is right here, which means the trend is over. Now, in between the times, which is like probably representing here a 48 time frame or time span, okay, the market price was trending higher. Now, along the way, right, you'll notice these yellow dots, and those are the exits. So along the way in here, once you have your buy alert issued, the orange dots are possible exits. Which are really cool because once you're in the trade, you can see the accuracy of these when they populate and how the market reacts afterwards. And sometimes you got to be quick, especially with this technology because it's precise. If you look at this exit right here was right up there at the highs. So if, when this thing triggers, you definitely need to be reactive. So this right here is our exit at the highs from that trade. So yes, you can use a shorter time frame, like a 15-minute here. You can look to get a trade over the next hour or 2 hours. From the 15-minute time frame, we scale up to the 1 hour. This is like the minimum that we recommend, and basically, you'll notice that that when the tools highlight when it's trending. So when we get to a 1 hour, you got more of a longer trend taking place, and then on the 4 hour, these are the ones. Whoa, look at this one just turned up on the 4 hour. That if you catch a 4 hour trend, right, this is like really like having the tuna on your hook. And this looks like something here that's just starting to turn up. It's always going to be a little tricky with Binance because, we have the time limit, but we also have customers that are outside of the U.S. and there is no time limit. So we try to be fair to everyone and show the product on all the different exchanges so that everyone can have questions and answers.
David has a question for you. David M. He said, what's the best moving average to use for trending or estimated moving average?
Well, one of the things that we use is moving average called the John Hall. And, basically is that's more of a linear moving average. And depends like what time frame you're using that moving average. So like if we're on a 1 hour chart, we like using like the 50-day moving average. On our tools, we actually have our own calculations. Where like if you notice on our trend tool with the little bunny, our price comes in at 27.54. So our price is very similar, right, to that John Hall moving average. Like you can put this on the first graph like this, and you can see it. It's like an uncanny resemblance in there to the level. The difference is that this is proprietary, means is that like, there's other additional tools that we use to keep the synchronicity of the technology, so everything works in synchronicity with this. So it's a little bit better than just a regular moving average because everything stays in synchronicity with the methodology. So you could run this on your data 1 or your data 2. We actually have the chart so that it's actually broken in 3 parts. We try to keep it as much clarity as possible, for when we're trading. And everything that we're, as far as identifying the direction of the market, we look at right here within the trend. So, the answer to that would be on the 1 hour, we use the 50-day. And with our tools, our moving average it's in synchronicity with our stochastics and our price action. So it's a little bit better using our tools than the generic.
Nice, thanks.
Any other questions?
Let's see. David S. said, thank you. That's what time frame I was looking at. Sounds good. Thanks, David M. says. Do you guys have any other questions? Yeah, so that is kind of interesting, like what are the quants or the algorithms, that you take into consideration when you're personally trading? Like, how did you create this? Was it out of necessity for you to just say, oh my gosh, like you needed to make sense of the raw charts? You didn't want to sit there and chart them all day long?
Well, I mean, like, it's really, you create out of competition, competitiveness. I mean, like, this is a competitive business. So, if we're running a marathon and my competitor got Nikes and I have, let's say, Reeboks, well, chances are they might be able to run a lot further than me because the Nikes are aerodynamic and they have all these extra cushions in there. So their feet might not ache after 5 miles. Where my Reeboks, okay, I don't have them extra soles or extra engineering. So as soon as I go, let's say 1 mile, my bunions are aching. So a lot of this, what you're seeing is technology. It's driving the markets. And the thing is that it becomes more and more competitive. Whereas is that, this is, you're investing money. This is a zero-sum game. So this is very serious when you win, very serious when you lose. A lot of times the people that are losing making bad decisions don't have the tools to help them make better decisions. So, that's mainly the main difference is that if you want to get good at the game, you have to use the tools that the pros are using, and you have to make friends with the pros. It's like with anything, you want to play basketball, you got to go out and try to meet Michael Jordan. But you're not going to get so good on your own, especially without having the right tools in this marketplace, because it's real easy to make mistakes. And, when you have the right tools in there, things come the right way and they're transparent, versus if you didn't have the tools, now you could be setting the wrong expectations. And that's like one of the number one thing traders do wrong, that is that you could have the wrong expectation. Well, I thought the market was trending. But what does your tools say? I don't have tools. Well, you have to fix that. And then you might have tools, but where did you get them from? Did you get them down at the corner store? The Indian?
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't it selling the tobacco? Or did you get in here something that's quality made? Like, is this an American Ford? Is this American Muscle? So there's a lot of different factors which actually make somebody successful. And at the end of the day, it's a combination of all of that, which actually makes them successful. So it's, anybody can obtain it with the right tools, the right team, the right support system. That's why we're here, to answer different questions, and it's just a matter of taking the initiative and starting to learn. Which the best thing about this is the perfect way with this to get yourself acclimated with everything. You set up all the alerts in your basket to your coins, and then now you're on your way. You're on your way, and as you take on this journey, and then you start to grow. Well, then along the way, there's other stuff that we got too. This is so it's not. This is just one car that we have parked in the garage. So we want to try to get you acclimated to what we do, how we work, and if you like and hear as things progress, well then, we have a whole product line of other different financial instruments, technology. This is what we do.
Yeah, you guys, we only have 8 minutes left, actually 7. So any questions that you have, or if you'd like to be unmuted, let me know so you can ask Joe. David S. said, as soon as I can put the right questions formulated, I'll open up more. Okay. So
Cool.
I'll just tell you, Joe, this has just really made me safe. I think it's made me like a safe trader as far as I get out when I see it dumping. when I see the oversold coming down and everything going down, I'll jump off a trade. And so it really did save me with this last Bitcoin dip, which then you get back in when it was low, and then you get more positions. So can you put it on Bitcoin USD Coinbase? That one's on Binance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you don't have it in there. It's okay. Do whatever you. Yeah. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's buyback time. Awesome. Look at that. That's so exciting. Look how much it went back up.
Yeah, and when you have this, now you can set the right expectation. Hey, this is in a buy cycle. Like this right here says so many different things, and one of them is this is from where we come from, oversold.
And that one's the 4-hour chart too.
Well, this one's the 1 hour.
Oh, it is. Okay. Just you're right. It is 60 minutes Coinbase. It just throws me off when it says 4H up there.
Well, that's just the style on the dashboard.
Do you guys feel comfortable that you know how to set an alert on this? David S. said, your time is valuable, thanks. He said, you two all, thank you for your interest and my interest in mind. And Angelique said, Joe, I'm missing seeing new link to Contabo. Sorry if not appropriate to ask. Oh. Contabo.
Yeah. I know what she's looking for her VPS, and you tell her hang in there, and we'll have that for you shortly, and we'll get on that tomorrow.
Nice. All right.
Okay. So what I wanted to do is just point this out. Is like, when you have the tools, how much clarity it brings to the expectation. So here you have the market, which turned up last week on the 8th. Okay, and when it came into the 10th, the trend has been down on Bitcoin. And just recently, we got oversold, and then now we got the possible reversal. So right away, if you're in this market, you're positioned at the number 1. You could be using this for your stop loss. right here, and this right here could be your target.
So what you need to know is how to, when you buy a coin, you would once you buy it, then you would, and this is all educational purposes only, but you would set a sell order up as soon as you buy it with those parameters.
Just like this, yeah. And the thing is that what's wrong with this here? Is that everything is updated in real time, and then once you're in it, that's it. You know, LBC, let the cake bake.
LBC, let the cake bake. LCB, let the cake bake. That's awesome. I love it. Angelique, thank you. Well, okay, we have time for questions. Anybody want to get unmuted? David said, my new lingo. LCB, let the cake bake. Yeah. Joe's amazing at simplifying this. Let the cake bake. Okay, someone's letting the Bitcoin bake. Oh my gosh, that's great. So the orange symbols here, you can right click, make your alerts, set it to your cell phone or your smartwatch. Joe actually has a book that he wrote about this, so if you guys want that, let me know in the notes. And let me know if you want the replay sent to you. Make sure that you signed up for this with the correct email. If you didn't, then send me your email in the notes right now. And sometimes people get on certain event things and they're just like, they don't put their right email in. But I know Kimberly, I don't think we've met you before, and that's feeling new people. And then David S was new. Other than that, it's the crew. It's the normal crew. So thank you, Joe, so much for all your time. It was amazing. For you guys that don't have TradingView and you want it, Joe did give us a coupon. Let me see if I can get the coupon code for you. I'll send it to you guys. And he's literally, and Joe, how long are you going to keep the sale going for the $700 off? It's not going to last forever, is it?
No, we're looking to have everything changed very shortly by the end of the end of this month. So if you want to come in and if you want to save, now's the perfect time before we redo everything, and then it's going to cost more. So I'd like to have you come in and join us here at the beginning, and grow with us and learn.
Awesome. Yeah. There's and Joe, one last thing in the crypto space, what do you see? Because you're so in tune with stock and forex and everything on TradeStation and all your friends globally. Do you feel that this space is still going to continue to grow, even though Mr. President said he doesn't like it? What's your feelings about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is here. It's gonna stay. I think it's a little bit scary. I think Facebook having its own coin. I think that part's a little bit scary. But everything else, I think, is fine.
Nice.
I don't want Facebook.
Facebook's coin is just going to be like a stable coin, though. But do you think it'll just take over the dollar? Maybe is that why?
No, well, it's just that I just think, Facebook, just for security purposes, they have like a large, all our information, and the thing is that, someone in there with that much power having their own currency is just scary. We don't know if one day, all these artificial intelligence and computer programs can take the world over. So it's scary.
All right.
Thanks for
that
watching.
being said, if you guys want to get the scripts, let me know. And thank you for coming on, Joe. And you guys have a good night. We'll see you soon.
For a limited time.
Thank you.
Take advantage
Bye-bye.
of this 70% off coupon.
You just go to blockchaintactics.com and you can get your, I call them crypto overlays on TradingView, which are by Joe. He's a quantitative trader, researcher, engineer, and developer. We'll see you on the next week to come. I guess we have 30, 40, 50. There's so many weeks left. We'll see you soon. Come back for training. We love y'all. Bye.